Good morning, children. Now the fourth question onwards we will continue. Remember, in the previous video I explained 1, 2 and 3 questions of 3.5. Now the fourth one is saying, form the linear pair of equations in the following problems and find their solutions if they exist by any algebraic method. Any means which one? I have so far explained substitution, elimination and cross multiplication. Usually, children, if it is not mentioned in the question, then you have to work out it would be easy to work out the solutions of the problems, solutions of equations of the problems by substitution method or elimination method. That would be the easiest way. Don't ever attempt Cramer's method or the cross multiplication method for solving equations of problems. Is that point clear? Because problems are of lengthy marks, more marks, where weightage is given to the steps. So the actual working part will not have much weightage. So you are just wasting your time solving it by Cramer's method, that is cross multiplication method. So therefore, I would advise that always try to solve the equations of problems by substitution or elimination method. But if it is mentioned in the question solve by cross multiplication, then you have to do it. Otherwise, it's rubbish. Clear? So here we will take up all the sums of this particular section by either substitution or elimination, which you have already learned earlier. Okay? So which are the questions in the fourth section? Let us take one by one. Here, the first question over here is, a part of monthly hostel charges is fixed and the remaining is depending on the number of days one has food from the mess. Mess stands for the kitchen of the hostel from where you have the food. When a student A takes food for 20 days, she has to pay 1000 rupees as hostel charges. And when a student B takes the food for 26 days, the person has to pay 1180 as hostel charges. You have to find the fixed charge as well as the cost of food per day. Did you understand the question? We have come across similar question earlier, remember? We had a sum in the previous exercise where the book from the library was kept for number of days and the charges were based on number of days. Then you had a sum in which the person is traveling. Partly was fixed and partly is based on the kilometers which is travelled. All these sums are same pattern. Okay. So here two suppositions are required. Let us take it up. Let the fixed amount be X. Okay. There is a fixed amount in the sum. Am I right? And let rupee Y be depending on the number of days one is having the food from the mess. Now what is given? Student A is taking the food for 20 days and paying 1000 rupees. So what will be the equation first? 1000 rupees is the cost. X is the fixed charge and for 20 days the person has food from the mess. For 1 day it is Y charge, so for 20 days it will be 20Y. So your first equation is 1000 is X plus 20Y. Then about the second student, B student, it is said that the student is having food for 26 days and the amount is 1180. That is what I read, am I right? So you'll write that statement and then this is the second equation. Two equations are there with you. Now can you solve by elimination method? That would be simple over here. You just draw a line, subtract it, so X will be cancelled out and then you solve and get the answer. I hope you know to solve by elimination method. So please try it and complete the sum. I have not solved, I have just framed the equation for you because elimination and substitution methods both are taught to you and they are easier ways, so you will try and solve it on your own. Got this point? Okay. Now the second question over here. A fraction becomes 1/3 when one is subtracted from the numerator and one is subtracted from the numerator. Only from the numerator, if you subtract 1, the fraction becomes 1/3. And the fraction becomes 1/4 if 8 is added to the denominator. So in one situation they didn't tell you anything about the denominator, what is happening, and in the second situation nothing is done to the numerator. You have to find that fraction. Similar sum again you have come across in the previous exercise. So again let us take up. For a fraction you require a numerator and a denominator. So let the numerator be X and the denominator be Y. So your original fraction is X upon Y. Now the statement says that 1 is subtracted from the numerator. Denominator nothing is done. So 1/3, the fraction becomes 1/3 if 1 is subtracted from the numerator, denominator remains as it is. So you cross multiply, you will get Y is equal to 3X minus 3. One equation. Okay. Second they are saying is 8 is added to the denominator. Nothing is done to the numerator. Okay. So the fraction becomes 1/4. That is what is mentioned. So fraction is 1/4 if you are adding 8 to the denominator, numerator remains as it is. So again cross multiply, you will get the second equation. Okay. In the first equation, I again bring your attention to the first equation. First equation, you are having y is equal to 3x minus 3. So can I take this value by substitution method? This value of y, I will put it up over here in the second equation. Second equation is 4x is equal to 8 plus y. So y from first is substituted in second. So you will get 4x is equal to 8 plus this is y value which I have substituted. So finally x is equal to 5. Now once I get the value of x, I can put it over here or any other equation here. This equation I can put 3x minus 3. So I will get the value of y to be 12. So my original fraction is 5 by 12 because x value is 5 and y value is 12. Understood? This sum I have solved it completely for you by substitution method. Clear or not, children? Okay. Now the next question. Yash is scoring 40 marks. Sorry, I have taken, third sum. Yash is scoring 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for the wrong answer, negative marking. Had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks been deducted for each incorrect answer, deducted means subtracted, then Yash would have scored 50 marks. How many questions did he attempt? There was there in the paper. So here two important things are there. You should know how many marks are given for right answer and how many marks are given for the how many questions are there. X marks are given for each right answers, isn't it? So y marks for each how many questions are there? Sorry, that is the question which is to be asked. We don't know how many right answers are there and how many wrong answers are there. So we will assume that there are x right answers and y wrong answers. Okay. So here I have written down a slight mistake has been made. Let x be the number of right answers. Okay. It should be number of right answers be x and y be the number of wrong answers. Okay. So if 3 marks are given for each correct answer, how many correct answers are there? X. And if 3 marks is given for each correct answer, then total 3x marks the child will give. Am I right? And how many wrong answers are there? Y. And if the child is scoring 1, is losing 1 mark for each wrong answer, then the child will totally lose y marks. So 3x minus y is total. How much did he score in the first case? 40. Got this sum now? This much part you understood? I repeat once again. X is number of right answers and y is number of wrong answers. If 3 marks you are giving for 1 correct answer, then for x answers which are correct, you should give 3x marks. If you are subtracting 1 mark for each wrong answer, then you should totally subtract minus y. Isn't it? Y marks for y answers are wrong and 1 mark for each wrong answer, so total minus y. So 3x minus y is 40. Second situation is 4 marks are given for the correct answer. Instead of 3, they are now going to give 4 marks. So total the child will score 4x marks. And this time 2 marks are deducted, subtracted for wrong answer. So for y answers, there will be 2y subtracted. So 4x minus 2y is 50. 2 comes out common. So 2x minus y is 25. So 2 equations are with you. 3x minus y is 40 and 2x minus y is 25. I have not solved this completely. You can do it by elimination. Again easier. Write this equation exactly below this one and then change the sign. Y will be cancelled out and then you get the answer for x. Then you substitute in any one of the equation and get the y answer. Did you get me? Because this is simple, so I have not solved it. So first and the third one I didn't solve it for you. Now again we go to the next question. That is the fourth one. What is the fourth question telling you? There are 2 places A and B, and these 2 places A and B are at a distance of 100 kilometers away from each other. Okay, they are 100 kilometers apart. Now, from one end, that is from the A end, a car is starting, and from the other end B, another car is starting. Both are starting at the same time. That is very important. If they are traveling in the same direction at different speeds, so speeds are different. Starting point and starting time is same, but speeds are different. So when they are moving at the same direction at different speed, they meet after 5 hours. Okay. Second situation, if they are traveling towards each other, एक बार they are moving in the same direction, second time they are moving opposite to each other, then they meet in 1 hour. Then what are the speeds? So speeds are to be supposed over here, correct? So let us diagrammatically take up this sum. So this is the two places A and B which are 100 km away. The first situation is the car from A moves in this direction, car from B moves in this direction, both are moving in the same direction, but they are having different speed. So after some time they will meet at a point C. ये है कहानी. Clear? So how should you solve it? Let the speed of the car starting from A be x km per hour and that from starting from B be y km per hour. Both are starting at the same time in the same direction they are moving. So and they meet at C. So what will happen now? The car from A will travel AC distance. Am I right? A से जो शुरू हुआ है वो पूरा AC distance move करेगा. The car which starts at B will move totally BC distance. Correct? So the car from A travels AC distance and travels at what speed? X km per hour. Okay? And therefore is totally covering how many distance? 5x km. Why 5x km? Because x kilometer is covered in 1 hour, and how many times, after how many hours they are meeting? 5 hours they are meeting. So if the car moves at x kilometer per hour, the car at A, then in 5 hours it will move 5x kilometer. If the car at B is moving at y kilometer per hour, then after 5 hours it will cover 5y kilometer. Am I right? So distances you will get. Car A is moving a distance of 5x kilometer. Car B will move a distance of 5y kilometer. So, and x is greater than y. So 5x will be equal to, just look into the picture again, 5x, that is car at A, and this is car at B, so 5y. So 5x will be equal to 100 plus 5y. Can I write like that? 5x is equal to 100 plus 5y. If you bring y over here, then 5x minus 5y is 100, so x minus y is 20. You have taken out 5 common. One equation, stop over here. Now you take the second situation. Second situation is what? A and B, but they are moving opposite. From A it is moving in this direction, from B it is moving in this direction, so they both meet somewhere in between A and B. यानी C पे मुलाकात होती है. So what will happen this time? The car is traveling in opposite direction and they are meeting after 1 hour. So the car which is moving at x kilometer per hour, after x kilometer, because 1 hour means x kilometer. 1 hour it will cover x kilometer. यानी ये जो AC distance है, that will be x kilometer. The car at B traveling at y kilometer per hour, after 1 hour will travel y kilometer, so BC will be y. So total AC plus BC will be equal to 100. See, AC will be distance traveled by car at A, so it will be x kilometer because 1 घंटे के बाद मुलाकात हो रही है and it is moving at x kilometer per hour, so x kilometer it will travel. BC, distance traveled by B at y kilometer per hour, so after 1 hour it will be y kilometer, so AC plus BC will be AB, that is x plus y is 100. Understood? Earlier you got x plus y, x minus y is 20, now you are getting x plus y is 100, write them one below the other as I told you in the first and the third equation. First and third problems I asked you to solve on your own, here this I have solved it for you. So x plus y, x minus y cancels out because plus minus hai. So x plus x 2x, 100 plus 20, 120, x is equal to 60. Substitute in any one of the equations. So y will be 100 minus x, that is 40. Got the entire sum now, children? Clear? Okay. Now we move to the last sum of this particular exercise. The area of a rectangle gets reduced by 9. Area kam ho raha hai. If length is reduced by 5 and breadth is increased by 3 units. But if you increase the length by 3 and the breadth by 2 units, यानी दोनों increase कर रहे, length and breadth, then the area totally increases by 67 square units. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. Dimensions means length and the breadth. So here you assume the length and the breadth part of it. Let us take up the question now. Let the length of the rectangle be x and the breadth be y, so area will be xy. If length is reduced by 5, that is a statement given in the question. That means the length is becoming x minus 5. And the breadth is increased by 3, that means the breadth will become y plus 3. Because breadth y hai. Then area is reducing by 9 units, that is what they are mentioned. So x minus y will be the length, new length, y plus 3 will be the new breadth, length into breadth will be area, that will be equal to the original area में से 9 कम. If there is a change in the dimension and you find the area will be length into breadth. ये नया length है, ये नया breadth है. If you multiply them, it will be area, new area. That is equal to the old area, that is xy minus 9. Now you just open the bracket, x into y, xy, x into 3, 3x, 5 into y, 5y, 5 into 3, 15. Negative 15. Is xy minus 9. So xy cancels out on both the sides. So finally you have 3x minus 5y is equal to 15 is taken on to the other side. So 15 minus 9 will be 6. First equation you get. Understood till here? Now for the second part. What is given in the second part? If the length and the breadth both are increasing, length is increasing by 3 and breadth is increasing by 2. So what will be the area? The area increases by 67 units. ऐसा कहा है. So length was x, it is increasing by 3, so x plus 3. Breadth was y, increasing by 2 means y plus 2 will be new breadth. So length into breadth will be area, naya area, which will be equal to old area plus 67 because area is increasing by 67. Again you open it up. X into y, xy, x into 2, 2x, 3 into y, 3y, 3 into 2, 6 is equal to xy plus 67. So xy cancels out on both the sides. So 2x plus 3y is equal to 6 goes on the other side. 67 minus 6 is 61. Second equation. So this is second equation and this is first equation. You solve it either by elimination or by substitution method. With that, your section is over. 3.5 exercise completely is done. Is this point clear, children, now? So you will complete this entire 3.5 exercise in your class workbook. Next video, we'll start with the next type. Thank you.